Hey, Local 5, it's Dave. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the campaign and how things are going. So, as of this weekend, even with the kind of crummy weather that we had today, we exceeded 20,000 doors. So that puts us right on target, and we're super blessed in the amount of people that have come out and supported that, and your participation that's made that possible. We're at a really good spot. All of that work up until this point, think about that 20,000 doors knocked by firefighters and their families. So thank you to everybody who's come out on that. It's been incredible. That truly has bolstered our position right now, and we're really running in a favorable spot. There was a teacher that actually came down as part of the other labor organizations that came alongside us yesterday to help knock some of those doors, who has done a long history of canvassing, was really impressed by the organization, the structure, the layout, the targets. Everything was absolutely impressive, and he couldn't be more thrilled to come alongside us, as he really feels that we're doing a tremendous job of making that impact where it's needed. So there's a tremendous amount of work going on behind the scenes. So hats off to John Roy, Jesse Weddle, Jason Buckingham, Rob Hicks, and just the rest of the crew. I know I'm probably missing some names in there. I'm a little brain cramped after a fairly long weekend. All that being said, they've done a tremendous job in making sure that the organization and the structure of this has been going in the right direction, and ready and prepared to make sure that as you come out to support this effort, that hopefully everything runs as smooth as possible. We're hitting the right areas that the professional campaign teams have kind of helped lay out for us. So hats off to all of those people and to you for coming out and assisting with that. So with the upcoming targets that we're going to have moving forward, which are incredibly important, because obviously ballots are going to come out, I think, Thursday or Friday. They could be into the electorate's hands even as early as Saturday, if possible. Definitely early next week at the latest. We're going to definitely focus on some targeted areas geographically that we know that the demographics of are really favorable for our position. They've polled well, and we know that it's going to be a target-rich environment per se, to make sure that when we make those contacts, we know that they're going to be favorable. And it's going to be kind of a mix, get out the vote and reminder to vote, as well obviously as supporting the issues that we're developing and moving forward. So look forward to basing our kickoffs out of the Union Hall as opposed to the North Starbucks. With that, I want to chat real quick. Our professional campaign media team, they're in the mix. They obviously know there's a network that's kind of going on. Chamber of Commerce, EDC, has made some fairly significant buys as far as some campaign advertising opposed to issue number one. So within the next couple of weeks, we're going to start seeing a lot of those opposition messages coming out. And it's going to be frustrating, because they're going to be telling the lies, they're going to be spinning the truth, and they're going to try to really distort what the purpose and the messaging of our campaign has been going forward. And they're literally going to lie about it in all reality. The one thing that we cannot do, and I'm begging you to not do, and for me, of all the people to say this, is because I know it's the most difficult, is we need to not react to that. We need to not get engaged in the chat rooms. We need to keep off of social media. We need to stay off of Facebook. We need to forget about doing the response. There's going to be some really ignorant people that are going to be out there making some really stupid statements. And I'm begging you, this thing has been going on for two long years, culminated in a lot of concerted effort and an incredible amount of money to set this campaign up to literally put us in the position where we're leading in the polls right now. Our numbers are good. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot right now. So I'm begging you, please, 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 stay out of the mix, stay out of the fray, stay out of the street fight. I get it. It's a warrior's heart. They're lying about us. They're not saying things, or they are saying things that aren't true. We just need to stay out of that. Trust me on this one. We need to carry and trust in the campaign team that's been put into place, maintain the focus on our messaging, and carry this thing through. We've got to this point in a favorable spot based on the good information that we've had. The people that are behind the scenes are making incredibly great decisions. We're going to offset some of that media. We've refocused against some of our finances. We're looking at some alternative financing. We're gonna be able to counter this. The last thing we need to do, though, is to try to overcome something because somebody definitely stepped out and did something really goofy as far as engaging with that. So look for or expect it. As far as the opposition, we knew that it was coming. The chamber put up $170,000. We're not even sure what Americans for Prosperity are going to do. So the fight is on. But the good part is you've done an incredible amount of work, and we've laid the foundation. And with that, we've got a solid base. And all we need to do is to continue to build on that. And how are we going to be able to offset the messaging as it comes out through all those media sources? Again, we're going to need to be back on the stoop and the porch, knocking on people's doors, informing them of exactly what the position is that they just need to trust the professionals who have committed their lives to protect them, to make the right decisions, to make sure that they understand that funding for public safety is a priority. And so we need to be out in front of that. There's no way that they're not going to understand that when the opposition is telling them that it's in their own best interest to vote against number one, issue one, because that'll be the only way to protect the voters. And it's that we're just money hungry union bosses and all the other things that have come out. The only way we're going to counter that is getting out and speaking the truth, telling those people with earnestness in our heart that we're the ones that they actually need to trust, because we're honest, we're factual, and we're giving them all the information that's going to be needed for them to make the right decision. Ballots are coming out. Again, this weekend is critical. Actually, every weekend going forward from this, we need to realize that we don't want to be in a position of regret. The worst thing that we could do is knock on somebody's door, let them know what's going on, and have them go, man, if I had only known, because I just sent my ballot in. We're literally at that target point where this weekend will truly influence, has the potential to influence how people actually vote based on the fact that they're going to be receiving their ballots. And this may be the opportunity for us to make that knock on that door. We need the numbers to really come out so that we cover as many canvassing areas that we can cover as fast as we can every weekend from here on out. Realize that we don't want to be in that position. We don't want to look back on the fact and see the fact that our goal was obtainable and it was within our reach, and we simply needed to finish the race to make happen what we know was going to happen, because all of the tools, all the indicators, all the information has told us that's exactly what we need to do, and we failed to do it. So starting this weekend, starting Friday, and we're going to start picking up through the weeknights, so start to look at some of the canvas nights where you can sign up for that as well. And we'll definitely make sure that we'll get the support and the turfs cut and get those areas that we can get people out to knock on those doors to truly make an impact, because we're literally at the last leg of the race. 4 weekends left. This is the time. The ballots are coming out. We can't wait any longer. I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart. I know there's some of you who still haven't made that commitment. I'm asking you, I need you to make this commitment to come out and make sure that we're going to carry this thing across the finish line. We've got an incredible team that's going to set up the media response to this. We've got an incredibly talented, committed, off-the-hook young man down in Texas named Braden that's absolutely slaying it out there. I mean, we're talking about social media. The numbers are like in the millions. I mean, this guy is off the hook between Facebook and Google and all the other stuff. We've got an incredible machine that's out there. We need the last leg, the last piece, which is us standing in front of somebody to tell them, hey, trust a firefighter. We're here. We're going to make sure that they understand the truth. So again, thank you as always for your time. I'm sorry I'm a little long-winded. It's an incredibly important time in this campaign. If you haven't gone out, please get with the rest of your team stations, plan on your crews going out and knocking collectively. We really need to push this across the finish line. We're truly at that precipice of being successful on it. 29 more days and a wake up, and we're going to be good. Thanks for your time. We'll talk to you soon.